another live stream. Uh, and welcome back to the Outer World Parsec. I know it's late. I'm sorry that it's late. I was with family all day today. So I was with family all day today, and I thought about spending the night. Streaming there, but um, I ended up well, not really not feeling up to it. I ended up wanting to go home. Um, anyways, we're here on the Groundbreaker. We were doing what? Passage to Anywhere. Oh, no. The Cleaning Sheet. Dr. Gladys. Black Market Fence located on the ground. Alright.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little Back Bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
I noticed you were in the middle of an earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
I'd like to hear your side. What happened?
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just musing is all. Must be nice having the run of the colony. Never being anchored to one place, always chasing some horizon. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
I never got your name. I'm Laser Flyer.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around, please.
See you around, boss.
Why do you call me boss? It's weird.
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
But anyway, so like, was ooh.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Uh, oops. I forget that I don't have to like
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down.
actually press the escape key to actually get out of the inventory of a chest. Uh, and you know, you can blame Skyrim for that, because that's what I do. You know, that's my life. Skyrim is my life. That's yeah, Skyrim is my life. You know, I live for Skyrim. I play Skyrim. I mod Skyrim. I mean, that's just
Hey, stop that! What do you think you're doing?
nothing at all.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah.
Watch out, Captain!
I'm not. This is the only time I'm gonna actually reload, because I don't want to actually pick a fight with these people. So um yeah. Oh,
Easy does it.
nice. Um. Anyways, so like I said, Skyrim is my life. I mod Skyrim. I play Skyrim. That's what I do. So like, you know, I'm not used to like walking up to a chest and then just peeking through, you know, what's inside that chest, you know, and it's just, you know, it's just that's how it is. So with this game, you know, like, well, yeah, with this game, all you have to do is just walk away. Where in Skyrim, you have to like, if you don't want to take anything from inside the chest, you know, you actually have to press the the escape key, which got 3 letters on it, and the 3 letters is, for those who are not PC gamers, it's ESC. Anyways, wanted Phineas V. Wells for various crimes and violations of the board policy, including any or all of the following: sedition, forgery, conspiracy, conspiracy to commit conspiracy, unlicensed medical practice, destruction of board
I
property.
wonder what that fella did to get the board so wild at him.
Really, Parvati? I literally read that out loud. Well, I guess you can actually hear me because you're a game character, but I read that out loud. Wanted, dead or alive, Captain Gunnar Macred, for several counts of public intoxication, destruction of groundbreaker property, unpaid docking fees, and resisting arrest. Contact Commandant Sanitia if you have any information concerning Macred's whereabouts. Failure to report a tip may result in imprisonment and a fine. Proof of kill required to collect reward. That's it. That's the okay.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Um. So, anyways, back at home, um, by home I don't mean here. By home I mean my parents' place. Um, back at my parents' place, I was gonna stay the night there, but I ended up not being able to. I ended up having chest pain from stress and chest pain. Not anxiety, but chest pain from like heartburn because I had something for breakfast earlier, or not breakfast, lunch earlier today, and and I had I had spaghetti and meatballs, and one of the meatballs was temperature hot, like inside temperature hot, and so I bit into it, it was fun, and I swallowed, and then it was like it just caused me heartburn, my chest just hurts, and I have a bedroom in my parents' place that I usually sleep in, but my little brother and his girlfriend, they needed that space because it's the two of them, and also because they have two little dogs, Pomskis. They have two little Pomskis, Louis and Enzo. And Enzo is the tiniest of of the two dogs, and and they're both kind of puppies. Well, Enzo is more of a puppy than Louis, and and my youngest brother and and his girlfriend, they
Where are we headed?
um they can't fit in his old bedroom because I'm in his old bedroom.
Identification, please.
You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship has been impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Oh, believe me, I pissed off a lot of people before coming here, so, you know. Also, I killed the ship's owner, and basically just kind of stole his ship, so, you know. Great. I'll talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Her shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
How does Halcyon Holdings work anyway?
Are you pulling my leg?
I'm new around here.
You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. It goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the board.
The board runs most of the system, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
Excuse me. How does Groundbreaker fit into that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
Is there actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it?
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Got it.
Glad to help.
What do you know about Sublight Salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
How about something long term?
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
I didn't think there were many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
Oh, that's all I need to know about.
All right.
Can you tell me about Udom Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
So there's tension between Groundbreaker and the board?
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Why can't the Groundbreaker and the board just work together?
This really must be your first time here. There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that.
Yet your station is in a state of disrepair. Sounds complicated.
Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing.
I'm looking for drinks. Any recommendations?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Got it.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Be seeing you.
See you around. Right. I like how you can just walk in here and start reading messages. To this satisfied user 70 from GB security subject agree these conditions. This is a joke, right? I'm forwarding this around the station and no one thinks you're real. And if you are, welcome to the Groundbreaker, asshole. 2 GB security from dissatisfied user 70 subject these conditions. Aren't fit for cystal pigs? Cysty pigs? Cysty pig? You honestly expect me to share a berth with some junker flown by a freelancer? Am I a company man? Or am I a company man and I demand company accommodations, and a Clio would give you such a withering glare if she saw how you treated her two-time employee of the month. Yes, that is me. You signed a social contract when you gave me clearance to land. I ask for what is mine by right: room to breathe, a heated berth, so I can walk around barefoot and service with a smile. You've given me 1 out of 3. I'll give you until I hit send to rectify this error. From GB Security to Wildcat. Subject harassment. Don't bother, we're on our way. From Wildcat to GB Security. Subject harassment. Hey, I landed like 15 minutes ago and this crazy guy with no shoes on has been throwing shit at my rig, like actual shit. Can I open fire or what? Return to route. Records. Arrivals. Clio freighter hauling tobaccorn. Dues paid. Rizzo freighter hauling purpleberry. Everything. Dues paid. Freelancer possibly sublight. Dues paid. Freelancer definitely sublight. Dues paid. Unreliable business unknown. Impounded Hawthorne ship, but no Hawthorne. Wonder what happened there. So this must be recent. Archers, freelancer sublight, freelancer none, deadbeat at the rest and go. Instead, once again, that he's part of the crew, but they acted like they didn't know him. Spacer's Choice freighter delivered Holland's new mask, exit. Right. Just,
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
just getting my bearings. What do you do here?
This is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Oh, why can't you take incident reports?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Do you do, I don't know, tours or something? Tours.
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, that's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sanita, Or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat? That might warrant a thank you tour or something.
I'm not bribing.
Well, let me think about it for a minute. No?
You don't sound awfully sure of that.
We got a lot of rules to follow. Hard to remember them all sometimes.
I'd really like to get back there. Fine. Back to my other question.
All right.
I bet you get seized contraband from all over the system, locked up back there.
Sure. And stuff from outside the system, too, off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many armed Mardettes on duty here.
What if that contraband's mine and I'm here to claim it?
That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here, too, then.
Back to my
All
other
right.
question. Lots of freighters and come through this station must keep you busy.
Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless.
Why aren't as many freighters coming through?
Search me. I mean, don't search me, because that's my job. Get it? I reckon you'd have to ask the folks in Byzantium.
See you around. You?
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
What's it like working security details on a space station?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Whoa, alright, just trying to make conversation.
I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved.
What's a Mardet?
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardet and not guard or officer?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
I couldn't help but to notice a bounty posting on Phineas Wells.
The outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it.
Is this Wells fellow a famous criminal or something?
To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Whole list of things to get their unders in a wad. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep the poster up to keep the peace is all.
I'm interested in that Mac Red's bounty. Where can I find him?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Why don't you send a Mardet to apprehend?
Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
I'll take the posting.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
What bounties do you have available?
Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment.
I'll be on my way. Okay. Ooh. Quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If caught inside, you'll be shot on sight. Using a disguise will prevent immediate hostility.
This is it. Security.
Right.
I can check the departures registry to find out which crew I mean, the scholar shipped in and out with. By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
No.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that? Graham?
Asshole.
Funny. Alright.
Carry on.
Really? I could just... Really? Right.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. This story brought to you by Halcyon News, all the news that's fit to broadcast.
Okay. Halcyon News Media Circus surrounds circus time clowns. Excuse me. The politics of Tossball have grown increasingly turbulent of late, with the circus time clown trading out every single member of the team, asked to comment on the upheaval. The Owners League released a statement saying that the Clowns' failure to reach the finals was a deciding factor in their organizational rearrangement. When questioned about the values of this overhauled team, a representative of the Clowns stated that their goals remain the same as ever: Tossball win each. Nice. Halcyon News Chairman salutes Earth Minister Clark. Chairman Rockwell took time out of the busy schedule today to talk about Minister Clark and his impact on the colony. Working with Minister Clark has been truly wonderful these past 8 years. He said his predecessor did a fine job, but Clark's brilliance cannot be overstated. The early retirement program is just the latest in a long line of initiatives he has spearheaded that will that will ensure Halcyon continues to be the envy of all outer colonies. We couldn't agree more, Mr. Chairman. Oh, hey. Wow.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till Junlei gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing.
I don't suppose you know a way I could get to Stellar Bay Aeon Monarch?
Stellar Bay proper? Tough to say. The board recalled all the nav keys about 10 years back when the corpse pulled back to Terra 2.
You know why?
It's overrun with beasts, I heard. Big ones. Kinda chew your face off for fun. Might all be board propaganda, though. If you're aiming to get to Stellar Bay, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty. The board don't like them that truck with Monarch. But I ain't the one you ought to be asking. Try Gladys on the promenade. She'll fix you up.
All the traders in the system come through here. Heard anything interesting?
Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space?
What's this heat issue I hear people complaining about?
The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it.
Engineer, sounds like you might have an issue with your thermal control system.
Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know is we're cooking in our own juices here, and it's only gonna get worse.
What do you need the radiators for?
They're supposed to gather up all the heat the systems generate and vent it into space. Instead of the heat going where it ought, though, it seems to be blowing straight down the promenade.
How long has it been like
Weeks?
this?
I lost track. Too law-damn long.
Who's in charge of fixing it?
Engineering. Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise. She runs this heap. Best she can, anyway. Don't know what's got her dragging her heels, but I wish she'd hurry it up.
Maybe I can do something about that.
That's not for me to say. But if you're feeling the urge toward helpfulness, you can find Chief Junlei in engineering.
What do you know about Chief Junlei?
There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system you could name, June's crawled around inside and made it better. She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a drinker. Too straight-laced for that.
Alright. Nothing right now, thanks. I could probably hack my way into there, but I don't feel like breaking any laws. Even though I've stolen like a lot of mag pixes and why is some things
Going back to the old cubicle to watch the...
This
not
is Halcyon
considered
News.
as
We
stealing?
interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Why would you want to rent an well, I guess we're gonna be here for a while. So right. Well, I guess this is trash. I guess taking it is okay. Spacer. Who leaves food and money in a bathroom? And why would you leave money in a bathroom? Nice.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Any chance you can discount? Chance of a discount since Phineas sent me?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light on the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar. Yes, dearie? Ain't that just a treat? So, you know Edna, over in engineering? On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why is Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Say no more, I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Abandoned outpost, cooperate secrets, got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
And also, what do you got for sale?
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
Did I just level up? Ooh! No, I need to save my money. Get in good with Gladys, I guess. And then... Ooh. Oh, this is my stuff, isn't it? Nade launcher! Yeah, this is my stuff. Oh. Nice.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled...
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
What kind of business you have? What kind of business have you and Gladys got running?
Didn't quite catch that. You'll have to speak up.
Business. What do you do? What do you and Gladys do here?
Glass ear? Sorry, there's a lot of static on my end. Nothing to fear. Sorry again. The sound of Groundbreaker's engines has really got to me over the years. Huh? What? Huh. Now that I heard.
How's life on the Groundbreaker?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
How does the Groundbreaker Groundbreaker keep the board at bay?
Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
Do you do business with the Promenade merchants?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
You mentioned Sublight?
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's a new...
Oh, sorry. I skipped that conversation. Kinda had to. But I did level up. Right. What do I want to do? Feel free to pause and read everything over on this side because I'm not reading this. This is because I've already read this once before. Okay.
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where does it all go? How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay?
Permanently crippled? No! Ooh. Aha. Who said no? Frankie. Got a lead on some local salvage. One of the Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked over until someone found it by poking around the Steve Doors quarters. Lilia gave us the go ahead to plant her flag once we clear out the new arrivals. I'm sending you to scout looking for a loose panel. You got to climb on top of their bunks and head towards the back wall. Lilia says we should watch our backs. She thinks we're being tailed. In other words, typical Lilia. I thought you were gonna stay up there, Parvati. Nope. Medical.
I know she's in there, and you can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place.
What's about this? What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Wait, let me. Oh, wait. You don't like her, but you're checking on her?
You say that like it's weird.
Well, why bother?
Like I said, Jessie did me a favor, and now I owe her one. I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all.
Maybe I can look in on Jessie.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Can I read the terminal? Are you gonna get mad at me? No. Logs. Staff sorted. At my wits and coordinating with any authority outside of Groundbreaker, the board won't dispatch a surgeon unless Junli agrees to share a third of all the docking revenue and Spacer's Choice. Won't send supplies unless we make an exclusive deal to use their product. No thank you. I've seen enough shoddy needles breaking off in patients' arms. I need to chat with Junli about this, but she has problems of her own. Some of us are growing concerned about the cost of Groundbreaker's independence. Return to root. Messages. From Dorset W to Cap Irene. Subject: where are my automechs? I need a status update, Irene. I know you boasted about the Silas shortcut, or is it Sila or Cilia? Sila shortcut. But could you maybe venture through a pocket of space that isn't infested with pirates? You know, pirates. The ones who love cargo and hate rules. Here in Medbay, we've got blunt tools, watered down meds, long shifted, and shaky hands. Don't let me down. Cool.
Something I can help you with? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
Perception, the records say you have actually spoken to her yourself.
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
Can I buy supplies from you? You seem well stocked.
Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
How do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable.
See you around.
Take care.
Right.
C&P Borsted Baked Beans. When you need to eat and run, Borsted Baked Beans is the only one.
Public notice regarding the food situation. To those of you who have raised concerns about the quality of Groundbreaker's vitals, yes, I'm aware the promenade thinks. Allow me to put the matter to rest. Our ancestors didn't rise from humble beginnings on a diet, bratwurst, and Borst. But that's the reality of life up here. If you can salt it, can it or zip it up in a pouch, then you're not picky about calling it food. Basers make do with what they have, and what we have is smelly meat, lots of salt, and 11 kinds of mustard. Last time I counted, try it and enjoy it. JT. Dip impounded. This is a general notice about our impounded policies. If the board impounded your ship, take it up with the board. Their embassy is the Gotti building opposite Subway warehouse. Sending them your questions, outstanding fees, and hate mail, especially hate mail. If Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees and don't bother my people, JT. Urgently looking for a new crew to sign on with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for almost a year now. Don't know what's holding up my next posting. Ever had to wait this long to get another freighter? I'd planned to take one of the rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any, and even shorter skips to the inner worlds seem rarer than the outer worlds routes, or the outer interworld routes these days. If anyone has any information about upcoming work, please post it here. Down on my luck. Hey, so here's my story. My ship's limped into Groundbreaker in a rough state. We couldn't make the repair fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees, so I'm kinda stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell, and corporate freighters won't hire me on. I'm hoping someone with a bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This notice has been posted 56 times in 632 days. Return to root. Hack. From Tennyson J to engineers all. Subject: anyone seen Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days. And where are we on the toilet clog? Excuse me. If Chief Guying taught me anything, is that a crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew whose plumbing and make away their plumbing, you take away their privacy and dignity. So let's get that toilet fixed. From Buckhannon Kitty to Wildcat Group. Subject: groundbreaker meetup. Even though it's been nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could just get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long range haulers. Some of us have gone corporate. Some of us are likely dead. And some of us are on Tartarus and not reading this message, but I haven't lost hope. No one responding to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules are full up with family gathering and job opportunities. Stay free, freelance. From Iceman to IS Convoyers Collective. Subject: Convoyers' rights. Hi all. So I just got off ice from a round trip to Joshkova, 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we dethawed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was gonna be delayed. One hour turned into 5 minutes, then days went by, and in the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth on this fucked bolt bucket, and because we were kicking our heels all the time, not a one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses, a family I don't see often enough, that you wouldn't fucking believe, and even if I'm not working, I still gotta make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we conveyors have rights? We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond when I get back from Jinsan in 3 years. Iceman out. This message is no longer accessible. Your clearance level at your clearance level. Searching. Right.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back! I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Ah, whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Fuck off.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Now, this should prove interesting, to say the least.
Salvage is a family business. We've got each other's backs. Miss Lilia takes good care of us, see? The authorities stay off our tails.
Can I just use this terminal? Alright. Messages. From Hagenzel to SL Company all. Subject, don't run. We lost another contractor to a UDL gunship. This is your daily reminder that legitimate businesses don't run from authorities, and that is what we are. Stay calm, present your papers. Present your papers. Excuse me. If you get tangled up in the courts, I will personally bail you out. Anyone seen Hawthorne lately? I could use some reliable help. LH. From Hagen L to SL Company all. Subject, fallback shipment. Unlike most of you sprat, Catherine is bringing Sublight a constant income from today until I say so. You're to treat her as an extension of my desk. Speaking of which, Tobias, order an extension for my desk. LH. Fallback shipment. Purpleberry liquor, lots. Spectrum vodka, even more than that. Erotica, generic. So locals aren't picky. Erotic, exotic. Except for the ones who are. Spacer, space cake, surprise. I don't know what this is, but it was on the last. It was on last month's order list of either track some down or do your best in the kitchen. Black Hole Holcomb, signed Tossball Poster. P.S. Tobias, where are we with the desk extension? From Hagen L. to SL Company, all subject this week in salvage. My scanner says the Mardettes impounded a freelancer ship after the captain misbehaved. The crew dropped so many bits at Vera's place that they can't afford to lift the impound. Whoever gets me salvage rights gets to sit quietly in my office and watch a professional work. One of ours had an alteration with one of theirs, lost another contractor, scrapped the ship, dedicated a tenth of the salvage to funeral expense. I take care of my people. A little sprat told me a crate of spoiled Disty pork ended up at the bottom of a Monarch Canyon. Let's see how much we can sell. Speaking of which, no one eat at Auntie Cleo's stall until I say so. Something in the kitchen has gone bad. The next time one of us finds an abandoned ship and decommissions it, they had better dispatch a ground team to be the breeze field before the marauders have their turn. Just because we're salvagers doesn't mean we have to be scavengers. LH returns roots. Awesome. Not gonna go in there yet. Right. I think this is where I'm gonna end it. My chest is a lot of pain right now. And I've been on for an hour and it's late. It's actually 10:21 now. So this is where I end it. This is where I say goodbye. And for those of you who are watching, even if thank blah, blah, blah. For those of you who are watching, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being. I know I'm not like the most entertaining streamer out there, but that doesn't really matter to me because I actually just enjoy sitting here, um, playing games and streaming, and I mean this is something that I've always wanted to do ever since watching many other people play YouTube videos. You know, my the first person that I've ever yeah the first person that I ever actually saw was Tobuscus. He's I mean he's pretty big now. For those of you who don't know who Tobuscus, which I can't imagine anybody who doesn't know him, but his real name is Toby Turner. which I've seen his videos as Toby Turner. I've seen his videos on Toby Games, and so but anyway, so Tobuscus, Toby or AKA Toby Turner, he was actually my first YouTuber that I actually liked, and uh, he actually made me a fan of YouTube. I mean, I knew about YouTube obviously, but uh, I never actually really was a fan on YouTube, and I didn't know that people did, you know, videos like that on YouTube, and then a friend of mine, it was a friend of mine that I went to high school with who actually introduced me to. He actually introduced me to. Um, he actually introduced me to he actually introduced me to um Tobuscus, aka Toby Games, aka Toby Turner, and then he introduced me to PewDiePie, and so I was watching PewDiePie a lot, and PewDiePie, like, he became my new like my new go-to YouTuber, and then the same friend of mine introduced me to um he introduced me to Cryotic, or AKA Cry for short, and so I started watching his videos, and he, he then became my new, like, go-to YouTuber, and then um and then another YouTuber, a British YouTuber who I came across by accident because I was, like, browsing for other YouTubers, and I came across a guy named Gopher, who's British, and um the first video that I watched of Gopher was called The Witcher 3, and I watched every single episode from episode 1 to the last episode, and I was there through it all. I watched the entire playlist, and I enjoyed it, um and then one day, browsing YouTube again, I came across Markiplier, and Markiplier. I mean, when I first came across Markiplier, I can't remember what video it was, but and I think it was one of the um I think it was one of the Dead Space videos, and that was just, I mean, phenomenal. That was just, like, I was in awe. Like, I became a huge fan of Markiplier. I started off as a fan of Tobuscus, aka Toby Games, aka Toby Turner. You get it. Then I became a PewDiePie, and then I became a fan of Cry. But Markiplier, I became a huge fan of Markiplier. Like, I watched not every single video of his, but I watched every video that he, like, every new video here on out, and I still to this day watch videos. But the person who actually really inspired me into making videos was started with Tobuscus, then it went to PewDiePie, and then Cry, and and then Mark, and but Markiplier and Gopher, but I didn't really know Gopher then. I wasn't really like I wasn't really like a fan of Gopher's, just because I didn't really know who he was, and I could never remember who like what his name was. And anyway, so I'm watching Markiplier and I'm just in awe and I'm enjoying it. But it was in high school. I tried to do some vlogs and I tried to do a song and I failed miserably. I did terrible. I didn't know what I was because then I didn't know what I was doing, and I only had like 6 views. But all those videos from back then, and that was in 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. All those videos from then, they all got taken down. I deleted all of them because I wanted to start over from scratch because I realized that vlogging was just it wasn't um and I realized that vlogging was not the way to go about it. And um and I mean vlogging is nice. But it's not a way to get followers, it's not a way to get viewers, it's not a way to get um subscribers. Um and like once when you have like 100 plus subscribers, then you can start making vlogs because that. But and I didn't realize that at the time. I didn't realize that, and so um yeah, so I was inspired by a lot of these YouTubers, from Tobuscus to PewDiePie to Cry to Markiplier, um, and I don't watch Tobuscus or Cry or PewDiePie anymore. My go-to is Gopher and and Markiplier. But I discovered Gopher before I discovered Markiplier, but I didn't know who he was. So when I discovered Markiplier, um, like I said, I became like an instant fan of his. Like I I saw a lot of his videos that he posted. I caught a few of his live streams um, on YouTube, um, which he was actually became. I mean, he actually was a bigger like um not influencer. What is it? Inspiration to me than anyone else. And then I was looking, and then I was playing The Elder Scrolls 4 or 5. What is it? There's The Elder Scrolls Arena. There's The Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. There's The Elder Scrolls Morrowind, and then there's The Elder Scrolls. Yeah, so Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim. Um, I was looking for mods and looking for mods. I then discovered a YouTuber called MXR. Uh, he does mod reviews, and I've through his mod reviews, I've I'm still a fan of MXR. I'm not subscribed to him, but I'm still a fan of. I like his work. is what I'm saying. Um, but so I discovered all these mods through MXR, and I started modding Skyrim, and that became my thing. And if I want to see more mods that he's done, or not mods, but more reviews that he's done of Skyrim mods or Skyrim modding, I'll go to him and I'll look at his new weekly mods. I don't know if he still does it because I'm not really subscribed. I'm not really a follower, but yeah, it was really it was really helpful watching his videos because he was the only mod review that I knew. And then so I downloaded. So I went to the Nexus because that's where they have a lot of these mods, and I found out how to download it, and I downloaded it, and I start going through mods, and as I'm looking for mods, and as I'm looking through mods, I find these videos, and I found some mod review videos of this British guy named Gopher on YouTube for Nexus, and um I'm sitting there listening to it, and then all of a sudden this flashback comes through, and I'm looking at or I'm reminded of many years ago when I first discovered Gopher before I discovered Markiplier. And so I was like, this guy's voice sounds familiar. And I looked at the name and I'm like, the YouTube name is Gopher? And I'm like, Gopher, what the hell's Gopher? I feel like I know this guy. I feel like I've heard his voice before. So I typed in Gopher, and I found the um I found the Witcher 3 playlist that I once saw a long time ago. And I rewatched, a few of them just to get a hint. And I'm like, and then I go back to the mod review that I saw on YouTube that was on Nexus, and I go back to that, and I'm playing one on the phone and I'm playing one on my computer, and I'm listening to both, and then I'm just like, holy shit. Sorry for my language, but I was like, holy crap, this is the same exact person, and I just realized that, and I never realized that, and so then, and I still go to Markiplier's, YouTube channel, and I still watch his YouTube channel, or I still watch videos on his channel, and then um and I did, while I was watching Markiplier, I did do some videos. I did some bully videos. I know that some other people did that video. I think that was I think I got the inspiration from to make. I don't remember who I got the information. I don't even remember who did it. I think it was PewDiePie, but I don't remember. I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he did it before me. But but yeah, that was I mean, but I started with the bully to see how that went, and then I think it was Cry. Maybe it wasn't Cry. Maybe it was Markiplier that played Vampire. And it wasn't. It's not Vampire Masquerade. It's Vampire, Vampyr. And that's that vampire. It was, and I think it was actually Markiplier. Now that, oops, I bumped my table. Um, I think it was that. I think it was Markiplier. Um, and I saw the videos of that and saw how he did it and then that inspired and so that inspired me to make videos. So first it started with but I started making videos uh after watching Markiplier for a number of maybe not a number of years, but maybe a number of years. But after a certain amount of time, I started watching Markiplier, and I started. But after a number of days or years or months, whatever, of watching Markiplier, I then decided to make YouTube videos, and I started with instead of starting with a horror game, I started with the Bully Scholarship Edition, the Bully Scholarship, and I uh, I was going, and this was all before COVID hit, obviously, and or maybe not obviously, but this was before COVID hit, and I was gonna do a Halloween special, and Halloween then came around, and I just completely forgot about it. Oh my god! And so then Halloween was over, and I didn't do a Halloween special, but and then I started doing Vampire, and and upon doing Vampire, there were a lot of things. Well, upon doing Vampire, um, and this was before the computer I have now. I was using an older computer, but the videos that when I was trying to record videos on my older computer, I'm pretty when I was so the computer that I had before this, uh, what was it? It was it was an Omen. That's it was an HP Omen, which I ended up getting rid of, uh, and and every time I recorded videos, if I had too much, like the problem with the Omen was there was so before it was a Windows 10, um, it was a really reliable computer, and then once when it converted over to Windows 10, it was no longer reliable. And so, anyways, the HP Omen, my dad got it, and I looked at it and was like, "Whoa, this is so cool!" Because it was. And I was like, "Omen," and I made a joke, and and it was the joke was, um, I'm getting I'm sensing bad omens from this computer. And he's like, "What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?" And I was like, you know what an omen is? It's bad juju, bad luck. The term omen, because it's I think it's a religious thing. I don't actually know, but it was supposed to be a joke, and it started off okay. It didn't have a whole lot of problems, and and anyway, so um it it had a great, you know, graphics card, which, excuse me, allowed me to play games with a high graphic, and it made everything look great and everything cool. And what happened was, um but it didn't have, well, what it didn't have is it didn't have a great memory. And so you could only have like 3 hour long videos recorded at a time, and then you had to delete them and then make space, and then one day while I was recording, the recording stopped, and I didn't realize it stopped, and I kept playing and kept playing, and then I realized that the recording stopped and the video was done. And so a lot of, so it ended up, I ended up not being able to show everyone what I had accomplished. And so I went through again multiple times, um, and I played through trying to get back to where I was. So, but as I played without recording, I discovered so much crap that I didn't discover the first time playing. And then I'm like, oh great, now I have to play it all over again, and try to show like the I'm getting too loud. I need to be quieter. Um, Sorry for that. If your eardrums are bursting, I want to apologize for and I'm not trying to burst your eardrum, but I mean I get really excited sometimes, and my voice for some unknown reason just goes skyrocketing. Um, but anyway, so uh, you know, I was like, oh man, now I have to now I have to play again, and do like little, like short little couple little second videos and show the stuff that I missed while playing through the second time around. And then and I kept discovering things, and you know, this is too I've discovered way too much off cam. Like, this is too much. And originally what I was going to do, I was originally going to um I was originally going to like remake. I was originally going to like, well, no, originally I was going to just play through and get back to where I was, and yada yada yada. And then as I was playing without off recording, um, I then discovered things that I should have discovered that I didn't discover, like a shotgun and a ladder and a trash can. I discovered um, other letters that I didn't discover the first time. I discovered secrets that I didn't discover the first time on the recording. And originally I was going to like just do a small recording, pause, and then and just have like a montage of all the things that I missed off, you know, while recording the first time. And then that I mean that then the list just kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And so it just kind of like, you know what, it's not worth it. um I might as well just like delete the whole playlist and restart and just go from there. And so that's what happened. So I ended up doing so. I got this new computer, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, because if anybody knew what this new computer was, it's not the Omen. It's a better than, and it's not an HP. It's better. It's its own thing. But anyways, so I got this new computer. I think it was either for Christmas last year or 2 years ago. Maybe it was for my birthday last year or 2 years ago. I don't know, but it was a gift. That I remember, it was a gift, and um and so anyway, so I got this new computer, which works wonderful, and the graphics are great. The memory is great. I can record hour-long sessions. I can record as many videos as I want, and I don't have to worry about the recording stopping. I don't have to record any of, like, and not record. I don't have to worry about any of that. I don't have to worry about games crashing. I don't have to worry about my computer. Now, what happened with the Omen, and why I had to get rid of it, is it just eventually the hardware stopped working. The hardware just gave out. Like, it wouldn't charge, it wouldn't turn on. We tried to replace everything and anything, and then we tried to get it repaired. No one would. The Geek Squad at Best Buy would not repair it. HP, which stands for Hewlett Packard, the company who built it, wouldn't take it in. They wouldn't fix it, and wouldn't get fixed. So we ended up having to trash. We ended up having to trash it. We ended up having to get rid of it. We ended up, yeah. So we ended up getting rid of it, and we ended up, by we, I mean my dad, because he was there to help me with it, and he was there the entire time, helping me with it. And anyway, so he had to basically help me with it, and we finally got rid of it, and we finally replaced it with this new computer that I have that is not HP. It is it's not HP. It is, I don't know if it's a Windows 7 or a Windows 10, but it is not an HP. It is a gaming computer, and it costs a lot of money, but it, and um I asked other PC gamers that I used to work with, um and I asked them, well, what kind of computer would you recommend for gaming? And he gave me one recommendation, and then the second recommendation was build your well, building your own, I think, is way cheaper than buying one, but you have to buy the parts for it, and then you have to kind of know what you're doing, and you have to, or if you don't know what you're doing, you have to have somebody who also knows what they're doing to build it for you, which which then ends up not being worth it. It ends up being just buying a really expensive computer. So the first recommended computer that he, and one and only that he recommended, which is what I have now. It was highly expensive, but it is what I have now, and um, again, I'm not telling you because um, you know, I don't, I don't want people to know what I have and what I don't have. But anyways, so uh, my parents, you know, they bought the recommended computer uh, that a coworker of mine who's a PC gamer had recommended for me because I asked. You know, um, anyways, so um, so anyways, so that's what I have now is the recommended computer that he recommended, and it works wonders. It works great. You know, I've got good frame rate. I've got I got zero frame drops. I got zero slow frame rate. Uh, you know, and the graphics card is great. The memory card for the computer, like the internal, the hard drive itself, everything about it is great. Like it's outstanding. I could record videos for hours and hours and hours and hours. Well, not hours and hours. I can probably record like 2 hour videos, which I have been doing on Twitch, but I could, you know, I could download 2 hour videos. I have like probably 6 downloaded videos on my computer, and I can probably just find those videos that I've downloaded and just watch those videos, and I don't have to worry about. I mean, I do have to worry about space. I have to be very iffy about space. You know, I have to be very picky and choosy about what games I have. I have to be picky and choosy on what I download because it's not an unlimited amount of space. There is a limitation, but I have not reached that limitation. Um, you know, so yeah, um, so yeah, so there's that whole thing. Um, anyways, um, yeah, but it everything, the graphics and memory and everything is great. Everything is reliable. I can rely on my computer, and it's nice having a reliable computer that will not break down at, you know, after the first 5 months, you know, of having it. And if I can have this computer for what's interesting is most computers are guaranteed to last for 2 years plus, and some of the computers that I've had, like the last computer, the Omen that I've had, didn't even last a year. Didn't even last 2 years. You know, it lasted maybe 6 months at least, and it just like I said, it just gave out. It just would not work. But anyways, so this new computer I have, I love it. It's great, fantastic. I will not tell you what it is because I tell anybody what this is, what I've got. There's a high chance because I live in this city. There's a high chance that anybody who is watching that lives in this could quite possibly steal it if they were to ever break into the apartment that I live in. Which I'm not telling you that because, again, that would make it easier for people to find me. I do not need that. I do not want that. So I'm not saying what this computer is. But anywho, yeah. But anyways, um, back to what I was originally saying. Um, but yeah, through the Nexus, I rediscovered Gopher. After I rediscovered Gopher, Gopher has not only been an inspiration, I not only became a fan or a subscriber on his YouTube channel, but Gopher has just been like he he is just the funniest guy on YouTube that I've ever seen, and he actually inspired me. And it was I mean, just through watching his videos, he inspired me into making live stream. He inspired me to do more videos. I mean, I was so like focused on watching his videos that I never did do any of the videos of my own. But for the first time in a long time, since I've rediscovered him, since I became a fan, since I subscribed to his YouTube channel, or one of his YouTube channels, um, um, since since watching his videos on YouTube, and being inspired by his videos, but watching his videos has made me laugh so hard that I literally I could be lying on my bed watching videos of Gopher, and then he would cause me laugh. His videos would just cause me to laugh so hard that I would fall off my bed laughing. I mean, if I was standing, like in a hall or something, watching his videos, and came across a part in his videos that was so hilarious, I would drop to the floor laughing my my butt off, because I mean, that's just how funny he is. I mean, Markiplier's there. Markiplier is also pretty funny. There was a couple of times where I found myself actually laughing to Markiplier, but Gopher, man, Gopher has, you know, he has made me laugh more times than any other YouTuber, even Markiplier. Markiplier has made me laugh, but again, Gopher has made me laugh more times than any other YouTuber. I mean, and Bob, Markiplier's friend Bob, like anytime when Bob, Wade, and Markiplier get together and they game and and they have fun as friends, you know, then it's hysterical. I mean, like Bob will say something like Bob. Bob just says some random bullshit, which just is instantly funny. And then Wade, Wade is just, I mean, Wade does things that is completely stupid. Like it I'm not saying that Wade is stupid. I'm saying the things that he does is stupid. It's the kind of stupid that, you know, normally doesn't happen. And it only happens to Wade. But he does things that are so stupid that it's hilarious. And then of course Markiplier gets annoyed with Wade, which which is what makes it funny. And just Markiplier's reaction is just like, seriously? Seriously? Ugh. But when the three of them get, like, I swear, Markiplier, Bob, and Wade are, to me, the YouTube versions of the Three Stooges. I swear they're the YouTube versions of the Three Stooges. Like, one of them is, one of them is the just funny as all hell comedian. The other one is, you know, the not so brightest one, and the other one is just, well, the other one is just, can be funny, but serious a lot of the times. Takes a lot of things seriously. I mean, doesn't take everything seriously, and I'm referring to Markiplier when I say that. And together they're just, I mean, together they are just by far the most funniest group of YouTubers. As a group, they are funny, and then when they add Jacksepticeye into the mix, when they add Jacksepticeye into the mix, the four of them are equally hilarious to Gopher. I mean, like, Gopher alone is funny. Gopher and Quirico, hilarious. Gopher and Che, I almost said Chair, but Gopher and Che are also funny. Like, and if you add Gopher, Che, and Quirico, it's, I mean, then it's just a comedy trio. It's just a comedy trio. Like, Gopher and Gopher and Quirico, they have this. They seem to, from what I've seen on YouTube, they seem to have this, like, friendship that works. Like, he gives her grief, and she gives him grief, and sometimes they annoy each other, and that's what I like. I like watching, like, I like watching them, like, just. I saw them watch Payday too, and Quirico tried to Molotov Gopher, and he would epically fail, and then Gopher would just Molotov Quirico, and she was like, ah, and it was just like, it was just funny, like, how, like, it, it's great. I mean, even I mean, Gopher alone like just makes me laugh. Like, but they're like Gopher alone, like he could make me laugh to the point where I just would like fall to the ground laughing hysterically like a maniac. And then if people were to ever see that, they'd come to me, they'd come like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" And I can't answer, the only thing, and I can't even answer because I'm laughing hysterically. That's Gopher alone. And, and but Gopher alone, like, I, I can still catch my breath and breathe. Um, Gopher and Che, I mean, yeah, no, and Gopher and Che, when they get together and they're playing games, I laugh just as hard. I laugh just as hard when Gopher plays alone, and and the same thing happens. I will find myself on the ground laughing. Well, I mean, if I was standing, I'd find myself on the ground laughing. And if I'm sitting in a chair or sitting on a couch, I'd find myself I'd find myself throwing myself to the ground laughing because that's just how funny they are. And but and Gopher and Quirko. Now that, like, well, back up a little bit. Let's back up a little bit. Gopher and Che, um, they make me laugh, nonstop. But I still am able to breathe and take a breather and calm down before losing my shit again. But Gopher and Quirko. Now, Gopher and Quirko, like, once when they start, when they get me to laugh, I would just, I mean, yeah, same thing happens. I would just like fall over laughing hysterically like a maniac. But I can't. But once when I start laughing with, to their video, to Gopher's videos when he's playing with Corco, I hit that point where I can't stop laughing. I can't even catch a break. I can't, for the life of me, um, I can't even breathe. I have to literally pause the video. I have to pause the video so I can catch my breath. Because for some reason when I watch them play, when I watch Gopher on YouTube and I watch them play, either it's a pre-recorded video or it's a live stream. I'll most likely catch them in a live stream. But when I watch them play, I can't breathe. I start laughing so hard that I can't breathe. And the only way to do so is to literally stop the video. Where Gopher alone, I don't have to stop the video. Because, you know, I can, there's bits in the video where it's just, where it is calm and collective and I can breathe and I can continue watching. you know, and go. Same thing with Gopher and Jay. You know, I can watch their videos, laugh really hard, and a lot longer than normal, and then calm down because eventually, eventually, they get to a point where it's all serious. It's like, okay, enough joking around, enough messing about. Let's be serious. And then it's also of course, and then it's just like, okay, I can breathe now. And like I said, Corco and Gopher, I actually have to pause the video to catch my breath because otherwise I would probably die of laughter because that's how funny it is. But anyways, um, the point that I was trying to make is Gopher was the one YouTuber that actually really inspired me to actually stream. And which is what I'm doing now. And I've made 6 part I've made 6 so far. I've made 6 videos to the outer world. Well, I'm currently making 6, but after today, this will be the 6th video. But yeah, so he has inspired me to play games on. Well, I was trying to stream originally on YouTube, but for some reason I can't stream videos on YouTube. I don't know why, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't know how it works, and YouTube just seems more complicated. I can now I can stream on Twitch. Now the first time I tried streaming on Twitch, I don't know how I did it, but I forgot to record. So when the live stream ended, there was no recording, so I couldn't check my recording. So I had to start all over from the very beginning and go back to everything. I had to redo everything. I had to re-customize everything. I just realized my character's hair is not brown. I just realized my character's hair is orange, which I'm not gonna redo that, but I'm gonna try to, if I can find a barbershop to change my appearance, I will most likely change the color of the hair to a darker shade and not look so orange. But anyways, but yeah, so Gopher was the one that inspired me into streaming. But originally I was trying to do it through YouTube because I didn't want to make a Twitch account. I know, sad, right? I didn't want to make a Twitch account, but I started. I ended up having to do so anyways, and now streaming really has become, and I hope it's gonna become a big part of my life. I hope that no matter what happens, like even if I don't have a job right now, so I'm able to I'm able to stream every day, every week. I will not tell you why I don't have a job because that's none of your business. My business. I mean, I might tell you, but I don't think I will. I'm actually pretty sure I probably won't. I might actually keep that to myself. But anyway, so I don't have a job right now, and it's not because of COVID. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into that detail. But anyways, because I don't have a job, I am able to constantly make videos, and like I said, I'm hoping that this becomes like I'm hoping that this becomes an everyday thing. I'm hoping that I'm able to constantly make videos every day. But yeah, so like I said, Gopher inspired me to make live stream videos, and that's what I'm doing, and yeah, and if you don't know who any of those people that I just mentioned are, check them out. If you don't know who they are, if you know who they are, good, great. I mean, you obviously are gonna watch them regardless. But yeah, no, I recommend you check out each and every one of the people that I've mentioned here on the stream. Because they're great. I love them. You know, I mean, I don't love them, but you know, I'm a fan of them. And they always inspire me. They always brighten up my day. They always make. I mean, the only reason why I was originally gonna end this early, but here I am continuously talking. But the reason why I ended the gaming session early is because you know my chest hurts, and I'm actually in a lot of pain right now. And just talking, just talking is hurting my chest. It's not making me feel any better. And also it's late, and I kind of want to wind down and relax, and so anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for listening to me ramble for an hour and 23 minutes and counting. I hope you all enjoy my stream. I hope you all enjoy the videos that I'm making here. I will see you all next time. Have a good night. Bye.